What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pot. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
My fiance called off our wedding. He realized that he was not ready to marry me. No more wasting time. Let's get it. All right, guys, so here we go. This is one of those videos where there's no talking and there's just text. So the first clip says, imagine your dream proposal. Mom doesn't know, and it shows her holding up her hand there, showing the ring. They're at a restaurant. I'm assuming that he proposed in front of a lot of people, looks like, because they're at a restaurant, right? It says your boyfriend calls and says, I'm flying you to Dubai. All right, so this guy obviously has, some money to fly chicks out to Dubai. Okay, so here's she actually has him blurred out, and it says your boyfriend takes you to the best restaurant. All right. And guys, I see the watch right there. I'm not much of a watch guy. I've thought about getting into watches, so I'm assuming people can probably see this watch and know if it's, like a high-end expensive watch or not. And best restaurant in Dubai, pricey. All right, let's keep watching. All right, the next clip says he loves all up on you. There they are, hugging. And she's got his face blurred out there, obviously, to protect his identity. What do you guys think of that? The next clip is captioned, you party. It shows them in the club. They're partying. Let's keep watching. And the next caption says, love on each other. Okay. Spend quality time. Chill by the poolside. Have a desert date with a show. He takes you ring shopping. So I'm assuming this is where he was proposing. That's good coffee. That's good coffee. And he proposes, and she's, the laughing smiley emoji. He went all out, bro. Look at that. The I love you sign. I mean, mom doesn't know, the one that she has, and you feel on top of the world. And then the last clip reads, all that to ghost you weeks before your wedding.
My fiance and I, partner of 5+ years, recently decided to call off our wedding and engagement. He realized that he wasn't quite ready for marriage and the things that usually follow, and I realized that I needed to leave and rediscover who I was outside of the relationship. We had gotten pretty deep into the wedding planning. I found my dress, he found his suit, we booked the venue. But no amount of time or money should come before choosing what's best for you.
All right, guys, you heard it for yourself. It looks like we have a woman here who was set to get married but got dumped by her man at the time. And here's the reason I want to react to this. I think it's important for men to know, just because people are always going through different types of situations. I think it's important for men to know that it's always a good time to leave a bad situation. And I'm talking about before the actual marriage, right? Doesn't matter if it's a day before the wedding. Doesn't matter if it's a month before the wedding. Doesn't matter if you're walking up the aisle. The groom played a video of his wife cheating on him with her pregnant sister's husband in front of everybody. If you come to the conclusion that this is not the woman for you, or she does not show the qualities that make her the type of wife who you want to spend the rest of your life with, or in a relationship, right? Doesn't matter. Walk away. Fast, not slow.
Majority of women have been brainwashed to believe that being a wife is the ultimate goal, and it sometimes causes us to stay in relationships that may no longer serve us. And my ex-fiance was an amazing man, and we shared many beautiful years together, but our goals and desires were no longer aligned for the next chapter of our lives, and that's okay. I'm a very private person, but situations like these normally occur when God wants you to share your story and use it as a testimony. So that's what I've decided to do. So here we go, and I hope I can help others heal with me along the way.
But hey, I may be wrong. Let's see these comments and see what the people have to say. First comment here comes from a woman, and it says, after 10 years and proposing, he realized he wasn't ready. I'll never understand proposing and not being ready. Blessing to you in your healing. Yeah, I mean, oh my bad. I said 10 years, but I think it says 5 years here. After 5 years and proposing. Yeah, so this guy proposed after 5 years and he realized he wasn't ready. He realized he made a mistake. Good for him, right? Another woman responded back to that woman and says, maybe he was pressured. A lot of women out here love to pressure men into marriage. She goes on to say, after a while, friends and family, even the person you're with, will start asking when you're getting married. 376 likes. A woman responded back to that woman and said, and it's the most annoying thing, like, mind your damn business. I don't know what's for dinner. Don't ask when we're getting married. So the first woman who commented responded and says, ain't nobody being forced to do anything. He had a choice. Well, regardless of how he came to that choice, the guy in this story, he came to a choice, right? He came to a choice, and a clear direction and a clear path is the best thing. Next comment here from another woman says, took him 5+ years and a proposal to realize, ... 5,000 plus likes. Another woman responded back to that woman and said, have you ever heard of married couples realizing this years down the road? That's true. Another woman responded back and says, further goes to prove that nothing in life is promised. Last comment here says, right, people change in life. Next comment from another woman says, brainwashed in believing being a wife is the ultimate goal. Wow. This part made me realize it's so true. Painful to hear now. Another woman responded back to that woman and says, so what is the ultimate goal? Real question, because I too believe that being a wife and creating a family is the ultimate. And that woman responds back to that chick and says, it can be your ultimate goal if you want it to be, but you have to decide if it's the ultimate goal for you. Mine was to become a mother. And then a woman added and said, same, I have no desire to get married, but I want to become a mom more than anything. That's the problem. That's the problem, is that these women don't want marriage to be their ultimate goal, but they want to raise kids as single moms and raise up society to have broken homes, to be dysfunctional, and while still doing the Tia Mowry thing and saying, you know what, now after I have these kids, I want to focus on my happiness instead of focusing on making sure that young man who's going to grow up to be a problem, that society has to deal with at large. Instead of focusing on finding like a father figure or husband for him, you just want to do your best and then let him loose into the world to destroy things. And a woman who doesn't know how a man should love her to go off and find another toxic man, and then they continue the same thing. It's lack of common sense. Really, a lot of these women don't understand. If you don't want marriage to be your main goal, then don't have kids. Then don't have kids. So the first clip says, imagine your dream proposal. Mom doesn't know, and it shows her holding up her hand there, showing the ring. And then the last clip reads, all that to ghost you weeks before your wedding. I'm going to check out some of these comments. First comment here responds to that woman sharing the story of the man who ghosted her a couple of weeks after or before the wedding. First comment here says, we need a story time, how he ghosted you. Thanks for sharing your story. Brave lady, you're going to find your person. And so did she share her story? Yes, she did. Here, and I'm going to play it for you guys.
Story time of how my ex-fiance ghosted me a couple weeks before our wedding. So long story short to this, my ex-fiance had gone back home for work. And as I'm here planning things out, making sure everything is in order for us to go and get married, we're on the phone every single day talking about how much we love each other. We're talking about how our life is going to be. We're talking about how we've overcome so much in this relationship, how we've made it to the other side. Now, me and my ex-fiance did not live together. And when him and I first started dating, he would always ask me, do you want me to come home to you every day? Like every time he would ask me that question, I would get chills and I would just be like, of course I want you to come home to me every day. And he would always have the biggest smile on his face. The day before he actually goes, we're on the phone and we're talking about how much we love each other once again and how we can't wait to be married. He's telling me how he can't wait to make me his wife. He asked me that question again. He did it more so like with longing in his eyes. I can't explain it. I look at him and I'm like, of course I can't wait to marry you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
This is someone who I'm like, I am the luckiest girl. I have met someone that truly cherishes me. I have met someone that cares about me. He provides for me. He does what he says he's gonna do. He's consistent. Sure, we've had some hiccups, what couples don't. After, I tell him how, of course, I'm excited. He has, again, the biggest smile on his face, and he looks at me. He's like, you're such an amazing woman, and I cannot wait for you to be my wife. I remember we get off the phone. He's like, okay, babe, I'm going to call you later. We'll talk. So the next day, I hadn't heard from him. Day goes by. I call him. I can't reach him, but I'm really not freaking out here. And then the next day comes, and then the day after that comes, and a week goes by. And please don't think I didn't do my due diligence in trying to reach him and call other people, because I definitely did. But after that, all of my frantic searching to no avail, and that's pretty much the story of how my ex-fiance ghosted me.
What do you guys think of that, right? What do you guys think of that story that was shared? Now, there's a shocking third video where she reveals it all. Woman publicly shames and exposes her ex-fiance after he dumped her and called off their wedding.
So, my fiance dumped me and called off our wedding. Honestly, I'm on the other side of that now. It needed to happen. Keep it a buck with you. But I have been crying a lot. So, to stop myself from doing that and make myself feel a little bit better, I decided to make an ick list. And I wanted to share it with you guys because this is the beginning of my unhinged era. I think when your engagement gets called off, it's the only time that you get to act crazy and like nobody can really like bother you about it. But I want to share that list. Y'all will not believe this. This, like, if anything, you should say like, Andy, ick to you for dealing with this shit. Slept in the bed with his sister until he was 22 years old. Ask anyone. I swear to God. No money. Bank account negative every 2 weeks. His mom is like constantly like, hey, do you need anything? Do you need anything? You want to get a job maybe? Not important. Always crying every single day. 5 days a week, which is like like not every single day, but like that's a lot. Sex dreams about his sister. Right? What the? Andy, what? Okay, continue. Can't do anything without his parents. And I mean anything. Like, I gotta print out this piece of paper. Better call up mom. Can't figure out how to press submit without somebody doing it for me. I mean, like, literally. Okay, anyway. Had no job or place to live when we started dating. And that should have been my main thing. Like, the Bible even says a man needs a job and a place to stay before he's supposed to have a woman. That ain't necessarily true, but like, that's what they say, you know? Adam had that. Continue. Kept leaving jobs, y'all. In the 10 months we were engaged, this man worked 5 places. I'm not kidding. Left me to struggle while he played Fortnite. He would be home playing Fortnite with his cousins, and I would come home like crying about the fact that like I just felt like I didn't have the life that I had thought for myself and whatnot. And he would just be like, do you mind if I put my headphones back on? I'd be like sobbing. He'd be like, I'm actually playing Fortnite with my cousin. Is it okay if I put my headphones back on? So yeah, enjoy that. And can't read. That's dramatic, but can't read well and took a super long time to learn. Concerningly long. Like, I was hoping that because I was gifted, it would balance the kids out. Dead. What? Okay, also, did not pay rent January through April. Ladies and gentlemen, what was I doing?
So there are some things that I want to clarify for you all. When this situation happened, it happened back in 2021. And when it happened, I exerted so much energy in trying to find this man. When one of his family members finally got back to me, all the message said was, he's going through a lot right now. Like, that was it. He's going through a lot right now. That's the only answer I got. Now, of course, I was not even close to being okay with this answer. I wanted more answers, and they would not give them to me. And I remember when I read that message, it felt like I couldn't breathe. I remember I was with a friend of mine and she was like, yo, are you okay? And I remember I just started shaking. I actually ended up in the hospital. The lengths I went to trying to find this man, like the energy I extended, it was just way too much. Besides landing in the hospital, I started losing so much of my hair. And on top of that, I have fibromyalgia. And if you know anything about fibromyalgia, you know the havoc it can wreak on the body, and the havoc it wreaked on mine, it wasn't good at all. But I will tell you guys this. I want to say if it wasn't a whole year, it was close to a year when I had met someone. And I really feel this is a universe kind of thing, because always in the back of my mind, I was like, why did this happen to me? Like, why did he do this to me? Why not have a conversation with me? Like, am I not worthy enough? Like, I was questioning so much about myself. In this time frame, I had done a lot of healing work. So with each day, I was getting better and better. But when I met this person, they had shown me somebody else's social media, and it wasn't ex-fiance, it wasn't a woman's page, it was a guy's page. I don't remember who, but I know for a fact it wasn't either of those. But he's showing me this, and guess what I see in the stories? I see my ex-fiance out and about, living his life, doing just fine. I also see him with another woman whom I can only assume is a wife or a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And I also see him holding a little girl's hand, which I can also only assume was his daughter. Now, when him and I first met, of course, we had that conversation. Do you have kids? Both of our answers were no.
Lied.
And when I saw this, I was completely devastated. Like, it wasn't okay. And of course, I was like, so this is why. This is why you ghosted me. This is why we had to keep pushing our wedding date back. Like, everything is making so much sense now. And I will say this, thankfully, time had passed. I had done a lot of healing work. Like, if I had seen that in the very beginning of my healing, I would have been even more of a wreck.
Right.
But I was able to process what I saw in a way better manner. I'm saying all of this to say, I am resharing my story and I'm sharing my healing journey, because when I first shared my story, I did not go into my healing journey, because honestly, I was very embarrassed. The reason I thought it was important to share my healing journey is because I didn't go into it. And even when people saw my story last year, so many people still message me, DM me to this day asking, hey, I saw your story, how did you heal? So that's why I thought it was important to reshare my story so that I can start sharing with you guys my healing journey. And moving forward, that is what I will be focusing on, is my healing journey.
All right, so that's a pretty crazy story. When I first heard this story, I was inclined to believe her. And I still think she's most likely telling the truth. And here's why I borderline on caution is number one, we never hear the men's side of the story when it comes to women going online to share stories like this. And people lie. Regardless, only two things can be true in this situation. Number one, he was cheating. Or number two, we're all speculating here. We know that's the truth. And he was considering marrying her after proposing, because why would you go to that length of taking a woman to Dubai, right? Traveling to the other side of the world, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, all to dip. He was thinking about it, but decided to change his mind because maybe he saw a red flag. And you might be thinking, okay, well, he still shouldn't have done what he did. But let me ask you this question. What if men in this situation follow through? And I mean, let's assume that he actually was dating somebody else or married to somebody else, and he actually followed through. We know 100%. Guys, let's be honest here. She would have married this man. Regardless. And we know this because she was obviously in love with this man for this situation to affect her to this extent. A lot of these chicks are out here taking husbands. They're ready to be proposed to. But this type of situation is traumatic, and no man should be out here lying and leading a woman on like this if this story is true. But listen, as always, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think, man? Comment down below. Story is crazy. We've got a woman here who is drinking wine straight out of a bottle and is venting to the internet, right? Which seems to be the trend for a lot of women. So let's check out this list one more time that she made, this ick list about her ex-fiance who called off the wedding. She said, 1, he slept in the same bed with his sister till 22 years old. Okay, kind of weird, right? Who knows their living situation at the time. Next, no money. Yeah, that's a bad look. Next, always crying every single day, 5 days a week. You know, I made a video recently titled When Men Cry. And in that video, I basically said, if you're the type of guy who is easily triggered to tears, then most women will view you as weak. That's just the truth. Now, there are healthy ways for you to release that. That's what your boys are for. You could go seek therapy. But I liken being able to control your emotions as a superpower as a man, right? Being that last line of defense. Here's a perfect example to the guys in that video who said, a man should be allowed to cry. Oh, what the hell is wrong with you? To those guys, here's your proof again. You can choose to be the guy who cries, but I'm here to tell you, you have strength, you have a superpower as a man to be able to control your emotions more, not to suppress your emotions and release them in an unhealthy way. No, have a circle that you trust of men who you can vent to, who you can talk to. They'll be more understanding than any woman. It doesn't mean that you're a robot. It'll be impossible for you to hold back tears. When they come out, they will come out eventually, but you shouldn't be characterized as somebody who cries. And women would tell you, I love to see a man cry, which just sounds weird to me. Imagine if I said I love to see women cry. Now I look crazy, right? But women will say these type of things and say, I just want my man to be safe. I'll kiss him on the forehead. And then once the relationship is over, now she's making a TikTok and has an ick list. And on that ick list, she says, he always cried, right? Next comment here says, sex, dreams about his sister. Okay, that's strange as well. Next, can't do anything without his parents. That can be problematic for sure. Next, had no job in place before they started dating. Next, kept leaving jobs. Next, watched her struggle while playing Fortnite, City Boys. Next, can't read. Nothing to be proud of there. And finally, did not pay rent. Okay. All right. So 2 things here. Number 1, this is a completely one-sided story, of course. How much of this is true? Who knows? Could be a lot of lies here to just make him look bad. And I'm more inclined to believe that just because she's been drinking and who knows what ended the relationship. Secondly, ma'am, this doesn't make him look bad. This does not make your ex-fiance look bad. This makes him look like he had game. The fact that you're the literate one and he somehow gamed you into busting those cheeks, right? Put you in a relationship, convinced you to marry him with all these 10 lists of horrible attributes, which again, I don't think are completely true. But the fact that you're about to marry that speaks more to his strength and game and speaks less to your ability to vet out the type of man that you qualify for. This speaks more to you, ma'am. This makes you look bad. I know she came out here to try and embarrass the guy, but this just backfires. Like, what are you doing with this man if he's actually this? Let's move on, man. Let's check out some of these comments. Let's see what the people had to say. The first comment here reads, wait, so who bought the ring? With a surprised eye emoji. And a woman responded and said, I'm predicting he let her buy her own. Laughing emoji. Another woman added to the thread and said, oh my gosh, I need to know the answer to this. Another person added and said, probably his mama or sister. And finally, the last comment here says, doubtfully his sister, because I feel like she might have not been thrilled he was with another woman. Or maybe he bought the ring and she might have been lying, right? Another comment here from another woman reads, wait, were you engaged on a dare? A double dog dare? 1K plus likes. Exactly. If this guy was as bad as you say that he was, what were you doing trying to marry that? Next comment here says, I was mad at him initially, but by the end of that list, I was mad at you. Laughing emojis. Facts. Another person here asked, was he palm shade? ... Question mark. She responded and said, absolutely. Some shit only white parents would allow. We've got another question here from another woman who asked, he dumped you? The man of this list dumped you? I'm confused. 18K. Yeah, something just isn't adding up. And she responds and says, I'm confused too. I had to fall out of love with him before I saw how big all of these problems were. Lies. I don't believe it. Another woman here adds, I can't believe you almost married it. 20K likes. Delusional woman begs her baby daddy for marriage. Listen, man, it's bad. This chick argued with the whole internet for days, going back and forth with hundreds of thousands of people who are trying to let her know that the man who she's with and is begging for marriage does not want her. Proof that modern women are definitely going about this marriage thing backwards. No more wasting time. Let's see where this thing started off. Video number 1. Let's get it.
What does that mean when a guy won't propose to you or like get married to you because he said that he doesn't believe in marriage, but that's the guy you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you believe in marriage and your parents are married, like, but he doesn't believe in marriage or wants to get married? Like, what does that mean?
All right, guys, so you guys heard it for yourself. The first video that sparked this whole discussion, and it's viral on TikTok, was her wondering, what does it mean when a guy tells you he literally does not believe in marriage and doesn't plan to get married and doesn't want to propose to you? Well, it means it doesn't believe in marriage. The question is, why did you decide to procreate with that man and think you can change him? Here it is happening, guys, in real time. Modern women out here moving backwards. This chick is asking for advice when her baby daddy straight up told her, hey, I don't believe in marriage. And if she would have known better, she would have asked him that in the first place. And if she had some good male guidance, but we know women don't want to be told shit by men, but had some good male guidance, they would have told her, hey, that man's playing you, that man's not ready to be a husband, etc. But no, she's doing it on her own, and these are the results. So what do people respond to her question? Well, this first commenter, a woman says, he literally told you, why are you still questioning? The guy was honest. So why are you coming to TikTok to get more clarification when he told you that he does not believe in marriage? Here's another comment from somebody else that says, I saw a guy say, for a man's dream girl, he will do anything for her. If he's not willing to do that, let him find his dream girl. All right, so let's get a couple of things straight here. First off, we know that there's never been a time where men have been more skeptical, turned off, unattracted to the idea of marriage than today. Most women aren't wifey material. This chick thinks she is. Her caption here says, I just want to know because I know I'm wifey material. So you know how. No ring in sight, no husband in sight, no prospects for a husband. The man she's living with is looking her in the eyes and saying, I'm not going to marry you. But she definitely knows she's marriage material. You can't make this shit up. Somebody please explain it. I don't get it. So one thing that a lot of chicks today just have to come to terms with, one thing a lot of women have to come to terms with is a lot of guys don't want to get married. And they don't want to get married for plenty of reasons. Number one, they may have already tried it and they're not trying to go through that shit again. Number two, even if they do think the idea of marriage sounds attractive, they don't have the patience to deal with you women today. Most of you women. Are there some women out here working on themselves, understanding what men want? Yes. This chick is obviously not one of them, guys. These videos are crazy and I'm going to play you. The other reason why a lot of guys today aren't rushing to the altar is they're too busy enjoying their peace by themselves. People don't like the question of what do you bring to the table? What are you bringing? Probably nothing but stress. You don't think you have to bring anything of value to that man at all. You just think you should show up. Like this comment says, dream girl. Dream girl brings value. Dream girl doesn't just come from nowhere. Woman tells her fiance she will end the engagement if he can't afford the big wedding she wants.
You really don't want to go through with the wedding?
No, not no courthouse wedding. No, I don't.
Because you just want to do it for the gram. Like, you just want to show off
for the gram. I
on
wanna
social
do it for
media.
me. We supposed to be getting married at a venue. I already told you that's what I want. Big wedding, big dress, big venue. Everything blinged out. You already know what I want.
Because you just want to flex on your...
Everything blinged out is where I knew he picked the wrong woman.
cousins and your peers. I thought we was doing this for us, though.
We are doing it for us. But we can do it how I said I want it done.
Why we gotta...
Any woman that's out here describing her wedding as everything blinged out, dog, come on, man. Come on, man. This is not wifey.
I said I want it done, then we don't have to do it at all. I'm not getting married at no courthouse. What do I look like getting married at a courthouse? Like, that don't even sound right. That's not even a wedding. Like, you being mad cheap right now. Mad weird for no reason.
I'm being cheap, but you want a whole cruise right now. Okay. You ain't have to pay a dollar.
Okay. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm used to dealing with people with money, who are able to get me whatever I need, whenever I want it, however I want it. You broke.
She's used to dealing with people with money. Quality entertainment today, guys. Let's keep listening.
Say that. If you broke, just say that. Because you being mad cheap. And it's mad weird. So.
All right, so that's the first video. We got a second one here for you. Unfortunately, this story has multiple parts. Let's keep listening.
Saying, but you know, ain't never been nothing broke about me. Anything you ask for.
You acting like it?
Anything you ask for, you get.
Right.
But this is the one thing.
Nah. That's not what I'm used to. So, give me exactly what I'm asking for, and there's no problem.
So what am I? Is this supposed to be like some sugar daddy type situation, or you want me to be your husband?
Good question.
If that's what you want to call it, if you want to call it a sugar daddy because it makes you feel
Nah, I don't want to.
If it makes you feel better saying sugar daddy, then say that. But
I mean, that's what you putting me in the
I'm
mind.
not putting you in the category as being a sugar daddy. I'm just telling you what I'm used to.
Now she feel crazy. Sound crazy.
I don't care how it sounds.
Putting these crazy stipulation on our wedding because
It could be that.
Like how you sound.
Are you broke? Can you afford it? Can you afford it?
Is the ocean wet?
Okay, then. So
Right
what are you
then.
complaining about?
What you mean, can I?
When women are talking about finances with the man and they say things like, are you broke? Or if you can't afford it, just say that. The type of response, I hope they're not expecting a guy to be like, no, I'm not broke. Here you go. Here's the money. Because that's a sensitive topic for a lot of guys out here. You know, you're playing with that broke topic and calling your man broke. Let's listen.
Get it done then.
Make me want to get it done. Like,
no, it's not. I was you made you want to get it done if you want to marry me. So.
right, but then as soon as the marriage,
Next part.
Okay.
and you still being ungrateful. You
See what I want.
All right, so let's say in an event I couldn't afford no wedding like that.
And we
Then,
wouldn't be getting married.
so that's what it's about.
That's
Then
exactly what
it's about the money.
It's not about
Dang.
the money. It's about what I want, and what I want is.
But I thought what you
extravagant
wanted
wedding.
was me though. I thought we was doing this for our love.
We
You know
can
what
do
I'm
that
saying?
for love. That's
See, I
nice.
just want to live like a normal little, nice little, happy, quiet life. But she
That's
want to
nice.
be all festive.
Yes, because I'm a
and,
festive
and try to
person,
keep up with
and
the
I like
Joneses.
best.
Like
She doesn't sound very festive to me.
that's not
I
what
don't
it's
even know
about.
the Joneses. I'm a festive person, and I like to have the best, and I deserve the best. And that's
That's
what you
social
said you
media.
want to give me.
That
So
social
then do
media
that.
stuff
Live
out
up
your
to
head
your
must.
words. Stop being
That
cheap.
social media stuff
Live
out
up to
your
your
head
words.
must
Stop
stuff.
being cheap. I'm not getting married at no
I mean,
courthouse.
nothing cheap about me, but I'm just saying.
That's like a joke right
it's,
now.
we could be using
Say
those
what you
expenses for other stuff.
Okay. You
I'm
can
saying
make more money
to-
for other stuff.
Yo, the disrespect. The disrespect. The disrespect.
To get my wedding that I want. So don't ask me to marry you. Don't ask me to marry you at your no courthouse. That don't even
So
sound
do
right.
you want to marry me or you want to marry my wife?
I want to
Like,
marry at the
All right. Last part here, last video. Then we're going to talk about this story, man. Let's listen.
whatever I see that I
You
want.
say you want a big behind house, right?
Right.
You gonna say you want another car, right?
Right.
That's
And I expect you to get it.
Guys, today we've got a situation where a girlfriend has been cheating on her boyfriend. He knows, but she doesn't know that he knows. So what does he decide to do? He decides to propose and exposes her while he's proposing for marriage. Let's get it. Look at her playing that innocent role. He reaches over. Look who walks in. Look who walks in. The other dude she was smashing, man. Fleeing the premises.
Two good men, man. Play. Get us at the same time. Same time.
I love it.
But he doesn't believe in marriage or wants to get married. Like, what does that mean?
All right, guys, welcome back. We're back here. Women are trying to help this woman out who doesn't understand why her baby daddy won't propose to her. This next comment says, he don't believe in marriage with you. That also could be true. With the right woman, he would have acted fast, not slow. She goes on to say, I learned a man knows what he wants in 3 months to a year. He not afraid to lose you, sis, so don't lose yourself. Here's another comment from another woman that says, baby, ... It means find someone who also believes in marriage. He told you who he was from the jump. Another comment here says, the answer is in the question. And finally, our last comment here before we play our next video says, keyword, you want to spend the rest of your life with him, but he doesn't feel the same. End it and start over with someone who wants what you want, queen, right? Here they're talking to her nice. But eventually the internet got fed up with this chick who just kept on coming back with her delusion. The next video she posted, she actually recorded her baby daddy to ask about what's taking him so long to put a ring on that finger. This video is captioned, "We ain't getting no younger unless he plan on marrying someone else." And here we go.
I'm not proposing to you. It's more of a will you marry me because we're not getting younger type of thing.
And that's the reason.
But why won't you marry me? What are you?
Oh man. Okay. So people respond to that video. Somebody else here says legally belong to someone is scary. Then if it doesn't work out, divorce is a lot. We have no idea what he's going through or where he is mentally. Another woman responded back and says, as someone who's going through a divorce, that first statement is very true. She's talking about the statement, legally belong to someone is scary. And yes, like I said, that is a problematic idea because people understand, man, the marriage laws are crazy. But contrary to what you guys may see online, a lot of guys out here are actually open to marrying women who are feminine, who are submissive, and who are actually wife material. And so if you're a woman who's asking questions like this, instead of pointing it to the man, you want to look at yourself. And in this situation, it's like, why did you have kids with the guy, right? Here's another comment that says, if you gotta ask someone why won't you marry me, it's time to go. 62K likes. Here's another woman that says, my pops would beat me if I did this. Another comment here says, you shouldn't have to beg. Walk away. Here's another comment that says, cohabitating is the kryptonite of marriage. Yeah, there you go. Doing everything wrong. Having children outside of wedlock. Not drinking coffee. You know you got to stay caffeinated. Why aren't you chugging that coffee? Cohabitating. Doing everything else. Why should he put a ring on you if you've already given him children without the requirement of a ring? Backwards thinking. Another comment here says, I just felt disrespected through the phone. So she's getting secondhand disrespect just watching her press her man for a ring. I would never, this chick says. Here's another comment that says, girl, let go, let God. Another comment here says, girl, don't let him tell you twice. But do you think she listened? No, she didn't. Here comes a third video where she demands answers. No more wasting time. Let's see what she has to say.
Tell me why.
Let me talk, man. I told you a million times, folks. It's gonna lose a lot, bro, with marriage, man.
Like
everything is gonna be on us. It's gonna be more shit, more people in our business. Your little link card for that shit gonna be gone, bro.
How?
This dude's talking about Wick and your link card is gonna be gone if I marry you. That's what he's worried about. That's what's on his mind, not making you his wife, right? That's the man you chose to procreate with. Let's keep listening.
All that's gone, bro. All that's gone. Everything is gonna be strictly on us. Well, on me.
So you telling me?
On me, basically.
So you telling me I'll never be married if you are the guy that I want to spend the rest of my life?
Listen, I know what some of you guys may be thinking. Chisha, you should be telling this man to step up to the plate for marriage. No, sounds like he was honest to me. It also sounds like she wasn't asking the right questions in the beginning. Are we going to start treating women like adults or not? Are they strong and smart and intelligent? All these things, or are they not? And I'll tell you guys something. I'll even go a step further. I don't support baby daddy culture or baby mama culture at all. But I will say this. I checked out their TikTok, and based on what I see, she lives with him. And I'm looking through all their videos. I can't post them just because they have a lot of children, and I don't, post kids and stuff out of respect for the kids. But he's spending a lot of time with his daughter and his children, and they live together. They're in the same house, and it looks like he takes care of the kids, and they're in the same house together. That's good for the children, right? That's good for the children. That's the best you're gonna get from this guy. If you wanted a man who valued marriage, then you should have been a lot more strategic, careful, not had kids before you put a ring on it and found a man who's actually ready to take on the responsibility of a wife. But no, you wanted to do you, but this is the best you're gonna get. And honestly, this is a pretty good deal. Not ideal, but a pretty good deal. This man is helping take care of the children. He's there. You guys live in the same household. Now, if it was situations where it was a toxic environment, then I would be saying things like, you need to leave him, etc. But from what I've seen so far, and there might be stuff we all don't know about this situation, she's probably getting the best that she's going to get out of this situation. So of course, man, people responded back to that video, like this woman who says, y'all aren't on the same page. Take that as a sign. No, it's not that they're not on the same page. It's just that she's not believing him and she didn't listen. She didn't have guidance. She's out here moving like a modern woman. Here's another comment that says, girl, he don't want to marry you. Stop looking desperate. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed for her. Another comment here says, not he more concerned about the link card. Another person responded, that had me weak. Laughing emojis. He just want to play house without the commitment. More reason why you should get the commitment first. More reason why people like Ebony K. Williams shouldn't be out here encouraging women to be single mothers by choice. Crazy. Next comment here from another woman says, don't let him tell you twice. Take that as a blessing. You ain't got to beg for what God has for you. He just not the one. Here's another comment that says, when he brought up if the link card, that told me everything I need to know. Leave him, sis. Here's another comment from another chick that says, he telling you he's not ready to lead and provide, baby. Yeah. I mean, he's not ready for the responsibility of marriage. He's been honest though. He's been honest. Literally this, next comment says, this right here. That's exactly what I heard. How do you guys think she responded back to this comments? How do you think she responded? Luckily, you don't have to guess too long. I've got videos of her responses here for you. So she responded back to this comment from a woman that I read earlier that says, y'all aren't on the same page. Take that as a sign. This is what she had to say.
No, we are on the same page. He doesn't want to get married because he feel like marriage is like the whole little thing is a scam to have like the government in your business or whatever. And then he told me that
Okay, I want to address that first thing, and that's okay. Again, both modern and also traditional women. Listen to this. This is very important. If you're a woman today, even if you are feminine, cooperative, and actually the type of woman who man wants and you would make a good wife, you may have to settle with getting married without the papers. If the guy who you decide, this is my guy, good leader, responsible, if he doesn't believe in signing papers in marriage, you may have to settle for that. Guys today aren't trusting the system, and why should they, right? Some guys want to take the extra precaution of not even signing papers at all and just say, hey, let's just go get blessed in the church. Some people will do the prenup thing. What I'm basically saying is guys are getting creative, and you might have to get it any which way you can out here. Let's keep listening.
he don't think I'm ready for marriage because he said that he think that I'm too childish right now. I haven't grown up, which I don't know how I'm childish, but
She doesn't know how she's childish. She doesn't know how she's childish. And that's probably the main one, right? Here's another comment she responded to. The comment was, this video is embarrassing. You're begging someone to marry you. Now, why would you post this? See, the sisterhood are embarrassed on behalf of her because they've all thought about it. Because guys, don't believe them, man. People are desperate out here. They're alone, but they don't want to do the work to become humble women and submissive wives. So they're seeing this. They're like, oh no, girl, don't beg. You're killing me. Here's what she has to say in response to that.
and y'all are about to piss me off. Nobody's begging this man to marry me. It's more of a reminder, like, why haven't you popped the question type of thing? But nobody's begging him to marry me.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds kind of like begging to me. But guys, this right here, this final post that she put on her TikTok was the post to let me know that this woman deserves the situation that she's in and does not listen to anybody. And when I say that, I mean, is this the type of woman that would have listened to male guidance and been humble enough to listen and hear someone out who said, hey, if you're looking for a husband, then you probably don't want to have children before you get the ring. Nope. Thousands of people, and she's still headstrong. And here's the final nail in the coffin. She posted this. It says, if my man don't love me, why he move me in his house? Why he buy me things? Why he buy me food? Why exactly shut the F up? Matter of fact, why your dad ain't marry your mama? Yeah, there's no telling this chick anything. She deserves her situation, and there are millions of women out there just like this chick, bro. Just like this chick. As always, I'm curious, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I appreciate you, man, for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.